Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about, can you spare the time? God protects fools and little children. I went straight from one to the other without skipping a beat. Just maybe not in that order. I was also blessed to have been born at just the right time in history on this big blue marble. I really think so. Because the town I grew up in, we had about 4,000 people, and it seemed that everybody knew everybody's name and business. We had exactly one theater, and of course it was on Main Street, and we had one diner too. The theater played one movie a couple times a week, a couple times at night, and that was a few times a week. And then again, it had a couple more showings on the weekends. There were a couple fancy diners in town that way too expensive for us to eat at, and it was a big deal when Pizza Hut moved into town. Fast food meant that your mom would make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the quick. And there were a couple fast food joints, one on one end of town and one on the other, a truck stop on one end, and the bowling alley on the other. I remember those fries. We also learned how to shoot pool and bowl at the bowling alley. It was family entertainment, something that we'd all get together and do whenever there wasn't a league going on. And it was something that really stuck in my head, because it was something, like I said, that we all got to do together. We were all equal, and it was all real fun, so much so that whenever my son got old enough, we started doing it as a family here. And not as much as we'd want to, but whenever we could, which leads me to last night. See, Little Bit, it's fascinated with balls, all sorts of balls. Little balls, big balls, squishy balls. We found out last night, bowling balls. He squealed when we entered the bowling alley. And then once we put those bowling shoes on, he started dancing a jig. And then once we got him the bowling ball, he carried it up, dropped it into the bowling ball return, and he had a blast. Ended up getting 2 strikes of his own. We built a memory that'll hopefully build a foundation to where he'll want to come back again and again and again. Because history, that's important. And the only way kids are going to learn it is if we teach it to them. And it can't be by us droning on and on and on about telling them. We got to show them. We got to walk through the churches and explain and show why our faith is important. Show how to build a good relationship, because kids are watching. And, heck, it can be as simple as showing them that we can spare the time by taking them bowling. Just a thought from an incredibly lucky guy that got to bowl with his grandson for the first time last night. The Bible verses today are Psalm 127 and 2 Timothy 1:1-7. As far as questions go, do you have any childhood memories of bonding that you'd like to share with us? God bless you. Have a great day.